from the official station of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs wheel and deal in the 2016 NFL Draft. Team swaps out their first-round spot to land a hometown cornerback. We'll look at this move and all the Bucs picks. Now, live from Chicago at One Buck Place, it's the Bucs Bonus Draft Special.
And good evening from One Buck Place here in Tampa. We have ended another NFL draft for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and now we have 7 new players on the roster. And for the next hour, we're going to talk about each of these players. We're going to try and break down these picks for you in a little bit here. And we have a lot of fun in store as well tonight. We are live in Chicago. We're going to have the sights and sounds from up there. We're going to hear from some NFL experts up there as well. We're going to hear from General Manager Jason Licht, Head Coach Dirk Koetter. So we have a busy night ahead of us. But without further ado, let's look at some of the new Buccaneers on your team this year. We're going to see them here in a week in rookie camp, beginning with, of course, the #1 pick, Vernon Hargraves. Out of Florida, the cornerback, a very big pick in #2, the second round. Noah Spence, a defensive lineman from Eastern Kentucky. A lot of talk about him. Could have been possibly a first-round pick. Then the pick that everybody was discussing Friday night, Roberto Aguayo, the kicker from Florida State. The Bucs moved up to the second round to get him. We'll discuss him as well tonight. Another small school player. It worked last year with Ali Marpet, but Ryan Smith, the cornerback from North Carolina Central, picked up in the 4th round. And then Dirk Koetter gets his offensive tackle, Caleb Benenoch, from UCLA in the 5th round. The Bucs finish up the draft with 2 6th-round picks, a hard-hitting linebacker from Oklahoma, Devontae Bond, and a fullback from Northwestern, Dan Vitale, who, by the way, said when Northwestern played in Raymond James Stadium at the Outback Bowl, the Bucs scouted their practices. He knew coaches already before this whole draft process began. So he's very excited to come be a part of this team. Dan Vitale, a fullback from Northwestern. All right, of course, the draft takes place every year. It used to take place in New York. They now do it in Chicago. It's for the 2nd straight year. It was in the Windy City, and Paul Ryan was there all week, part of the festivities. Paul, Vernon Hargraves was a very happy young man on Thursday. I know you got to speak to him. We're going to hear from him in a little bit, but tell me about this draft experience.
Well, Hargraves is happy right now because he gets to go to Tampa where it's 88 degrees and sunny, and we're stuck here in the windy and rainy city where it's coming down sideways behind me here in the square at the NFL Draft. They just wrapped up the last pick, the interminable 6th and 7th round just a few minutes ago. Dan, the draft was in New York since 1964. This is the 2nd year they've done it here in Chicago, and it has turned into a must-see event. Last year, 200,000 people came out for the NFL Draft. It's become a family experience, and this year the numbers were huge up until today when it started raining sideways. The stuff to do here, the list is a mile long. They had a Super Bowl ring exhibit, $40 million worth of jewelry in that exhibit. The Vince Lombardi Trophy was here. They had a Ferris wheel and a combine center where you could kick a field goal, all sorts of hoopla for the NFL Draft. And if it keeps going like this, it might just be here to stay. So can I ask you anything?
Yeah.
Anything at all?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Who are the Bucs going to take with the #9 pick?
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on. You said anything. You think this is too big for me?
No. I think mine fits perfectly.
I think mine fits okay, too. Hey, real quick, what are you thinking going into this kick?
I'm thinking that I need to enhance my inner Martin Gramatica, and I need to make the best kick possible so I don't let Tampa Bay and St. Petersburg down.
Pushed it. It was wide left. Hey, Coach, who would win in a fight, Ditka or Mike Tyson?
Oh, Ditka.
Who's faster, Usain Bolt or Mike Ditka?
Ditka.
Who's better, the Bucs or the Bears?
Oh, the Bears.
The what?
The Bears.
The what?
The Bears.
Let's go.
So why'd you pick the Buccaneers?
Because they're my cousin's favorite team.
Do you know any of the players?
Yes.
Name them.
Mike Evans.
Forget about Jameis Winston.
Yes.
Nothing but fun here at the NFL Draft in Chicago, Dan. And to talk about those draft picks briefly, I know we'll get into this a little later. The Bucs fans may be looking down this list of players that the Buccaneers selected and not seeing any guys that particularly stand out to them. This is the anti-Dallas Cowboys draft. A lot of guys that are meat and potatoes football players that are going to fill immediate needs for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just looking down this list, Hargraves, Spence, Aguayo, Smith, Beninock, Bond, Vitale. I can't find a guy here that doesn't have a chance of making the opening day roster. Even the guys that don't have starting spots waiting for them are going to be able to contribute on special teams. And for a young team like Tampa Bay that needs some of these young guys to come in and contribute to take the squad to the next level, I think this was a solid draft by Jason Light and Dirk Koetter, Dan.
Well, I know Devontae Bond, the linebacker from Oklahoma, said today on a conference call he loves to play special teams. Didn't do it as much in his later years at Oklahoma, but he is more than willing to do it here. That's probably how he's going to make this roster. And, you know, Jason Light told me, we're going to hear from Jason Light here in a little bit, but, you know, one of the criteria to make this team under Jason Light's regime, you have to love football. And we found a new crop of players last year who love this game. We saw what that draft class did. We'll see what 2016 does. They got a lot to live up to. But like you mentioned, these are blue-collar guys, workers, and that's the culture they want in this Bucs locker room. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Then we're going to come back and really get to meet Mr. Hargraves. Vernon Hargraves III. Hey, we know him from his days at Wharton High School in Tampa, but the #1 pick is happy to be home. You're watching the Bucs Bonus Draft Show.
Just like that. So my heart actually dropped.
We all know how it can be to go to the wrong place for car repair.
My lights on again. Can you believe this? Unbelievable.
Check engine lights, brakes, oil changes. You name it, we can fix it.
What the? So what's going on? Loose oil plug. Simple fix. That's it? Yeah.
AA, MCO. Check engine light on? We'll check it for free.
You've been in an accident, and now you have a choice. You can call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Just last year, we recovered over $75 million for our clients. The choice is yours. Rubenstein Law.
Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Room after room after beautiful room. Every room at Rooms to Go is priced to sell during our spring clearance sale. Get amazing buys on special clearance items. Reduced sale prices on Cindy Crawford Home and the Sofia Vergara collection. Save big at Rooms to Go Kids and Teens. Plus finance interest-free until January 2019. So hurry, we must clear the way for new styles. Shop the Rooms to Go spring clearance sale today.
I was driving in my Camry when I played the text.
When can I see you again?
I entered the location, 22 Beechwood Lane. The car rerouted me.
Turn left.
Told me where to go.
Turn right.
And I arrived 5.1 minutes later. Now, if only my car could tell me what to do next. Get 0% APR for 72 months on a new 2016 Toyota Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Tender steak, crispy onions, and steak butter with garlic and chives for $1.99? That's high fashion flavor at a thrift store price. The buttery steak burger, checkers and rallies, fast foodies know the deal.
Do your legs often ache, feel heavy, or get cramps? Do you have leg swelling, restless legs, or even bulging leg veins? At United Vein Centers, we treat vein disease with special medical lasers that allow you to return to work or play immediately.
It was such a relief to finally feel like my legs were normal again.
Your treatment is covered by Medicare and most health insurance. Don't wait. Find out today with a free vein screening at one of our Tampa Bay locations. Visit UnitedVeinCenters.com.
All right, Vernon Hargraves III, a cornerback from the Florida Gators. You know, a lot of talk when the Bucs had this 9th pick, he might be available. 10 career interceptions, first-team All-American this year, Mr. Everything when he was at Wharton High School. We have gotten to know him, Hargraves, over the years. Great kid, great family, and Dave Mitchell, the coach over at Wharton High School. We never thought that we'd see him back here as a pro, but you know what? With the 9th pick, when you started to shape up this first round, it became a possibility. Hargraves even wanted a chance to come home, and he is more than happy to be home.
He's going to have to grow up a little bit and kind of take care of his own meals, but he will always be welcomed home. He knows that.
Yes, moms do know best, and Jackie Hargraves has raised her son right. Vernon Hargraves III came to the Bay Area because of his father's job. Vernon Sr. was an assistant coach on the USF football staff, and young Vernon was only beginning to discover his own football talent. Hargraves became a defensive back because it was the only spot available during 7-on-7 tournaments. Little did we know, the Wharton Wildcat was about to become one of the best DBs in the country. Hargraves has always done things a little different. He donned a lime green Florida hat on signing day, but he left no doubt who was in charge in orange and blue. As if it were destiny, Hargraves wore custom-made Tampa cleats during the NFL Scouting Combine. Now everything can be Tampa Bay, a homecoming for the Hargraves family. And at his press conference Friday, Vernon Hargraves joked that his little sister has now taken over his room here in Tampa. Well, you know what, Vernon, now you can buy your own house because this is your hometown and where you now work for a living. All right, speaking of work, Paul Ryan up in Chicago, dodging the raindrops. Paul, by the way, has the distinction of being the first Bay Area reporter to interview Mr. Hargraves as a member of the Buccaneers. So congratulations, Paul.
Hey, I got to do something right. Sometimes even a blind squirrel finds a nut, Dan. Hargraves, obviously one of the top 25 prospects in this draft. He was invited out to Chicago to dress in his Thursday best and walk the red carpet out here. It's a real whirlwind for those guys. You saw just how crazy the draft process could be when Laramie Tunsil fell down the draft after that gas mask video. Fortunately, no such incident for Hargraves, although I'm sure all the media attention was a little overwhelming. After he gets his name called, he hugs the commission. He's taken back for interviews and out here onto the plaza to meet the fans. And then just short time afterwards, he got stuck talking to me. I was the first one to talk to him after he was picked Thursday night.
With the 11th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Vernon Hargraves III.
The newest Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Vernon Hargraves III. You like the way that sounds?
I love it. I love it. It's awesome.
When you first heard your name called, what went through your head?
Man, I don't even know. I don't even know. It just exciting. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and you honestly have to go through it to know how I'm feeling right now.
That emotion, though, I mean, how do you hold that back? How do you not just break down in tears knowing this is a dream come true now?
I'm trying to hold it together right now, you know. But like I said, you have to know. You just have to be a draft pick to honestly know what it feels like.
I don't think that's going to happen for me, man. You used to wear some cleats that said City of Tampa on them. How great is it to just be back in Tampa?
I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. Who wouldn't want to go back to the city that they're from?
The Bucs had you pegged as one of their selections kind of early in the draft process. Now that it's all said and done, what was your conversations like with them leading up to today?
You know, general conversations. You know, they didn't give me too much information, and you know, we were just building a relationship the whole time. You know, met with them a lot during this process, and you know, I felt like this was a team for me.
They never told you though, hey, if you're there, we're going to take it.
No.
When they traded out of number 9, though, how did you feel there? Were you a little worried?
You know, my agent, actually I have to give a lot of credit to my agent. You know, he told me yesterday that the Bucs could trade back to 11. He said it just like that, and so my heart actually dropped when they did trade the pick. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, oh, here we go. So I have to give a lot of credit to my agent for actually, you know, he got it right.
He braced you for it.
He did a great job.
The secondary in Tampa Bay, what do you know about those guys? You've talked about Brent Grimes before as kind of a role model for your game.
I have. You know, I'm looking forward to get to know them. Obviously, don't know much about them, but I know a few guys. You know, Brent Grimes, one of the guys that I look up to, one of the guys that you know, I want to model my game after, just because we're similar size, similar build.
And, you know, I'm just ready to get in there and get to work and start winning games.
The Bucs have got a really young crew of guys. Do you think you'll fit in well with that group, and why?
Of course. You know, I'm not a hard person to get along with. You know, and I think ultimately we are going to have one goal in common, and that's to win. And I think that's what would be the best.
Have any of those guys reached out to you yet? Jameis send you a text or anything like that?
Gerald McCoy sent me a text. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So.
Is that weird? Did you have his number saved? You were like, who is this guy?
No, I didn't. He texted me, said, this is Gerald McCoy. I was like, man, that's real now.
If you had a message for the city of Tampa right now watching at home, what would it be?
I'm coming home. I'm coming back.
Hargraves is coming back, and he's going to compete for a starting spot right away. Everyone figures Brent Grimes is going to start at one of the corners. It could be Hargraves at the other corner, maybe at nickel, depending on how things shake out with Verner and Banks. Certainly talented enough to be in that consideration, at least. And you're talking about being able to afford his own house now, Dan. I was following Kenny Bell, the wide receiver on Twitter that missed last season with a hamstring injury. He built a fort in his living room the other day with the pillows and the blankets and everything. Maybe Hargraves can come by and play fort sometime. That's a good way to bond with your teammates, right?
Hey, crashing at Kenny's house in the pillow fort, that's what you call team bonding. And I agree with the position battle, because I think in the new defensive scheme, I think the other players are going to benefit as well, especially Jonathan Banks. So it's going to be an interesting thing to watch during training camp. But you draft a guy 11th, you want him on the field. So Hargraves is going to want to get on that field as soon as possible. All right, we're going to go one-on-one next with the general manager. Jason Light spoke with me after the team's final pick today. He is a very happy man tonight. You don't want to miss that interview. That's coming up next. You're watching the Bucs Bonus Draft Special.
Hey, Tampa, $199 a month, Caroline. That's what I'm talking about.
Nothing out of pocket.
You're going to receive a beautiful HP computer. You're going to receive a beautiful Samsung entertainment system. You're going to get a flat screen, huge TV. Plus $199 a month. No money down. It's huge.
I'm a genius.
I'm a gym rat. I'm a loner. I am a leader.
I'm an outcast.
An extrovert.
I'm a fighter. I am shy.
I am determined. I refuse to fall behind.
I am ready to push ahead.
I am.
I am. I
am FLVS.
Adam, what do we do?
Your phone. Ask Roz.
Roz, we just got into a wreck.
Calling from the scene was smart. 1-800-ASK-GARY can find you help fast and even have you talk to an attorney at the scene. Over the last 10 years, more than 150,000 Floridians have dialed 1-800-ASK-GARY to help them find legal or medical help. We all good?
We are now.
1-800-ASK-GARY, your 24/7 auto accident helpline. Non-attorney spokesperson.
I'm Robert Palmer, president of RP Funding. Interest rates have unexpectedly dropped, creating an opportunity to lower your monthly mortgage payment. You can take advantage of this huge potential savings by refinancing with RP Funding. And as always, I'll pay all your closing costs. I've paid over $7.6 million in closing costs for homeowners just like you. So now, let me pay yours. Go to rpfunding.com or call us today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The biggest thrills start at 0. Now during the spring sales event at your Southern Ford dealer. Get 0% financing for 60 months on a new Ford. Driven by innovation. Let the fun begin in America's best-selling brand. Just announced. Get 0% for 72 plus 500 bonus cash on a 2016 Escape. Only at your Southern Ford dealers.
Billy and Caroline, Facillo Kia, Wesley Chapel, and I want to talk to all you stinking, lousy, filthy, rotten credit people out there. Go online right now. Apply. I'm here the whole month myself. I'm going to make you huge.
All right, round 2. The Bucs went to that defensive edge rusher they were looking for, Noah Spence, defensive lineman from Eastern Kentucky, really a hybrid player, considered a linebacker. It could even play in 2 different schemes. 13.5 sacks at Eastern Kentucky. Remember, he was at Ohio State first, where he was all Big Ten in 2013. He had some off-the-field problems that led his exit from Ohio State. He had to rebuild his career and his character, and he has done that. Now he's going to become a pro here. We're going to talk about Noah Spence in a little bit with Tampa Tribune Bucs beat writer Roy Cummings. Very interesting player. But Jason Light, a very happy GM after this draft was over. He did some research also on Noah Spence, obviously. I asked him about that and very many topics right after the final pick this afternoon. Jason, the 2016 in the books now, and of course everyone is going to compare these guys to 2015. They haven't even all arrived in town yet. Is that a fair comparison based on last year's success?
You know, we're happy with this year's draft, just like we were last year. So, you know, we have to wait and see how that goes when we put the pads on, and you know, there's always some unknown still in this, just to be, you know, transparent. But we feel like we know as much as we can about all these guys, and we're very excited about each and every one of them. I think they all have an excellent chance of being Buccaneers for a long time.
You know, all the experts, we'll call them, some of them forecasted an offensive lineman very early in this draft, even though everyone thought, oh, Bucs defense. You end up grabbing an offensive lineman on the last day. Talk about that pick and what can he do to help this offense?
Well, one of the things that we loved about Caleb was his versatility. You know, to be able to play tackle and guard, that's something that's kind of hard to find now. We find the center guards, but the guys that can play tackle and guard are a little bit tougher to find. He's an underclassman, but yet he's started 35 games, which is also a rarity. He's a tough guy. He's athletic, and he's young. He still has a tremendous upside. So he isn't going to have to get thrown into the fire right away and be you know, expected to start and protect Jameis and get yards for Doug right now, but he can sit back and we can develop him. So we're excited about that.
Have you had fun with the Roberto Aguayo reaction? People have had a good time with it, but at the same time, everyone kind of says, you know what? Why not? Hey, this is the best at that position available. It's a position that affected games for this very team last year.
Yeah, and I don't know what the reaction is. I'll be honest. I've been in a bunker here and haven't.
It's fun. It's fun. Everybody, yeah. It's all fun. But
well, I can only imagine what it'd be. I can tell you this. I'm elated about him as I am with all these picks. But he's a once-a-decade kicker, and his resume is outstanding. He's the best kicker in the history of college football, and those guys come around once a decade, if that. So we thought, why not? And whatever the cost, we'll go up and get it. You know, this morning I woke up, my son woke me up. It's about 5 o'clock. You know, kids get up early, especially when I got in at that one last night from here and said, I heard you took a kicker in the second round. I said, yeah. He goes, he's good, isn't he? I said, yeah. He said, why didn't you take him in the first then? So I said, all right. You're on my side. You're on my side.
Don't give your son a Twitter account. Noah Spence, he said something that really stood out to me, and he is owning up to anything that has happened to him in his past is by his own doing. He said, I now realize football can be taken away from me. This is a guy who's not hiding from anything. And your background work, and this goes back to almost the Jameis background work last year, when did you become convinced, you know what, this is our guy, let's give him a shot?
Well, we did a ton of work on him. We went back to people that know him well at Ohio State. We've sent people to his hometown. And when I had him in here for a visit on our top 30 visits and sat down just across from him, and he's telling me everything about his past, not holding anything back. And you could just see the love for the game. And it took me back a little bit to Tyrann Mathieu when we drafted him in Arizona. It was the same, different circumstances, but the same thing. If, like you said, you want people that love football and maybe did some immature acts, but love football, and once it gets taken away, they have nothing. Now he's experienced that, so just like Tyrann did, and you know, it really helps the cause.
And no one was ever critical of his play. You said he loves football, but I mean, when you watch the film, he could have been a very high pick.
Yeah, he could have. He could have been a very, very high pick. So we got great value, I think.
Speaking of high picks, let's end it with the top pick, the #1 pick for you guys, Vernon Hargraves. Hopefully, maybe he's house shopping as we speak. I don't know, but how anxious are you to get him into the system? And he seems just as anxious to get started.
Super excited to see him out here. Super excited to see the battles, the Knowles versus the Gators out there on the field, and he's a really competitive guy. He's going to bring for lack of a better word, he's going to bring some swag here. And we already have some, but this team is starting to get younger, and it's starting to develop a lot of that competitiveness, which we like. Heck, even our kicker has it. So it's going to be exciting times.
Very good. Thanks. Exciting times indeed, Jason Light. We'll see. Only time will tell if this year's draft class will match last year's draft class, a home run. All right, we're going to take a break, then head back up to Chicago. Paul Ryan joins Kurt Warner, the two-time NFL MVP, next.
Loved what I saw. Now we can see.
Check out the fresh new look on McDonald's McPick 2 menu. Try a flaky filet of fish made with sustainably sourced fish, a Big Mac made with 100% beef, chicken McNuggets made with white meat, or a quarter pounder with cheese seared on the grill. Pick any two for $5.
Make it a McPick 2.
Ready to save on Hondas? Then get to Honda's Dream Garage Sales Event. Fill your garage with the all-new Honda Civic, the North American Car of the Year and the best-selling car in its class. Just $169 a month. All Civics are on sale and fully loaded for less than the competition. 2016 Honda Civics only $169 a month with available Honda Lane Watch, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Brake Assist, and more. Save big this week at your local Honda dealer.
If you're looking to get into the field of alternative medicine or incorporate a more holistic approach into your current healthcare career, call Everglades University. We offer a Bachelor of Science degree in alternative medicine that explores different techniques to complementary and alternative medicine, like herbology and botany, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, stress reduction and relaxation, and nutrition.
Get started today. Call Everglades University at 1-877-532-0910 or go online at evergladesu.com.
Hat maker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
Cancer loves to hijack your future, to plant doubt. Will you live a full life? Will you be less than what you were before? These are questions we think about when we treat a patient for cancer, and why we take an individualized approach, because no two cancers are the same. At Moffitt Cancer Center, the courage of our patients inspires us to give them every possible option for beating cancer and living life on their terms. Moffitt Cancer Center, your courage inspires ours.
Mornings are hectic, so we brew rich and smooth McCafe coffee. We prepare fresh cracked eggs and perfectly brown the Canadian bacon just for you. Why? Because we got you. And just for you, get 2 Egg McMuffin sandwiches for just $3.
Welcome back live to Grant Park here in Chi-Town, just off the shore of Lake Michigan. And honestly, I feel like the entire lake is being dumped on us right now. It's the second year of the NFL draft here in Chicago, and it always attracts a big crowd. Not just the top prospects in the country, but hundreds of thousands of fans, as well as a bunch of big names within the industry. I talked to a ton of analysts this week leading up to the draft. Mike Mayock of the NFL Network, Steve Mariucci, who former NFL coach, ate dinner next to Sean King yesterday, the former Buccaneers quarterback and current USF quarterbacks coach. He did not like that Roberto Aguayo pick, by the way. Another guy I had a chance to speak to, Kurt Warner, former Super Bowl winning quarterback, soon-to-be Hall of Fame quarterback, Kurt Warner. And he had a lot to say about the Buccaneers and what they should do in this draft and the future of the franchise, Mr. Jameis Winston. All right, looking back as a former quarterback at Jameis Winston's season last year, are you impressed?
I was impressed. I'm not saying I'm surprised, though. You know, what I saw in college was very much what I saw through the whole rookie year. Early on in the season last year, you saw him trying to do a little too much, trying to force some things, and really trying to, I think, figure out, you know, what can I get away with at this level that I got away with at the last level. And, you know, it cost him a little bit early and threw some interceptions, and you know, they struggled a little bit early. But then you saw him kind of grow into the position. You saw the leader that he was. You saw his ability to grasp an offense and continue to expand as the season went along. So very excited with where he's at after his rookie year. very excited, about the impression that he made as a young man, not just as a quarterback. So I've been fortunate to get to know him a little bit over this time and just really been impressed with how he carries himself and the work that he's willing to put in. And so I believe that the future is bright for him.
What can anyone expect in that second year, though? Is there a ceiling for a sophomore in the NFL, or do you expect him to improve by leaps and bounds?
Well, I mean, there's different guys. A lot of people will make their greatest strides from year 1 to year 2. And so that's got to be exciting for all Bucs fans. For the fan base and the organization in Tampa is we just want to see strides. We want to see that he can continue to grow and get better year in and year out. We don't expect him to be a finished product next year. As a matter of fact, we hope he's not a finished product next year. We hope that there's more to come from him. But me as an analyst and a guy that's looking back as a quarterback I just want to see improvements. Where he was, from the beginning of last year to the end, loved what I saw. Now, if we can see that same type of progression from the beginning to the end of this year, now we've got something special, and you just hope that can continue.
There hasn't been a ton of talk about supplementing him with offensive weapons in the draft, at least not in the early rounds. But as a former QB, is that something that you always want? Yeah, go ahead and take a wide receiver. Reach for him if you have to.
In the back of your mind, because you always believe, well, if you give me enough weapons, I'll outscore the other team, so we don't need a defense. And that's just our mentality and the confidence that we have. But at the same time, there's always something to be said that if you have a good defense that can slow down another team when you don't have to do as much, that's a nice place to be as well. So he's got some good weapons around him. I think he was very fortunate to come in as the #1 pick with as many offenses of weapons as they had last year. Take the best players available that can help us to build for the long term, because that's how you look at it. If you're a Jameis Winston, you go, I'm here for the long term. I'm here for the next 15 years. Let's put a team around me where year in and year out we can be competitive.
All right, real quick, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's their record this year? Where's the ceiling? Where should they expect to be?
Wow, I expect them to make some strides. I still don't know if they're in that playoff caliber team. I say maybe an 8-8 team this year. I do expect them to make some strides. And then again, if you can win a close one here or there and not give one away, maybe you can get up to that 9-win spot. But I'm going to say probably around 500 this year, but right there on the cusp of the playoffs.
As it turns out, the Buccaneers didn't do much in the draft to supplement Jameis Winston offensively. They had an offensive tackle taken in Caleb Benenoch, and only one guy that Jameis could legally give the football to, Dan Vitale, that fullback from Northwestern. But he's got plenty of weapons coming back that were already a part of the Bucs organization this year. All right, it's time to take another short break, but when we come back, Dan Lucas is chatting with Roy Cummings of the Tampa Tribune about this year's draft class. Stay with us on our Bucs bonus draft special.
At your Suncoast Hyundai dealer, we believe smarter is better. Better performance. The Santa Fe has more horsepower than Highlander and Rogue. Better safety. The Tucson has been awarded the highest safety ratings in the industry. And better technology. The all-new Santa Fe Sport comes equipped with Android Auto. And all Hyundais come with America's best warranty. Smarter is better. Lease the Tucson for just $179 a month. Or get up to $1,750 in total savings on a Santa Fe Sport. Make the smart move and get to your Suncoast Hyundai dealer today.
I'm a genius.
I'm a gym rat. I'm a loner. I am a leader.
I'm an outcast.
An extrovert. I'm a fighter. I am shy.
I am determined.
I refuse to fall behind.
I am ready to push ahead.
I am.
I am.
I
am FLVS.
Anyone who knows Rooms to Go understands the power of our once-a-season clearance sales. Every day, we give you great looks at great prices. And right now, during our spring clearance sale, we're lowering prices on hundreds of items to make room for new styles. Remember, this sale is all about price. Low prices in every department. Throw in interest-free financing until January 2019, and your mission's clear. Get the furniture you want and save big at the Rooms to Go spring clearance sale today.
Technology is a living thing. It listens to us.
How may I help you?
It shows us the way. It expands our minds and gives us vision where once we had none. This is how civilization moves forward. This
Is
is how we get coffee.
The 2016 Corolla. Technology on a whole other level. Get a 2-year lease on a new 2016 Toyota Corolla LE for $159 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm Gail Guayardo, and here's some of the events coming up around the Bay Area. Don't miss the Wazoo Beer Fest at Lowry Park Zoo May 7th. This all-inclusive tasting event features over 250 beers and beverages, along with pub fare and live entertainment. And Replacing Fort Brooke is on view at the Tampa Bay History Center through August 28th. This truly unique exhibit explores the origins of Tampa's earliest residents.
Tampa Bay events are brought to you by Disney on Ice, Southern Chevy Dealers, and News Channel 8.
All right, the Bucs in round 2, they move up and get the kicker from Florida State, Roberto Aguayo, 46 for 46 in career attempts, 40 yards or less, 5 of 8 in long attempts of 50 yards or more. He was a deadly weapon for the Seminoles. Roy Cummings of the Tampa Tribune now joins us, now our good pal covering the Bucs. And let's start with Mr. Aguayo here, because this was half, the reactions half, wow, this is ingenious, half head scratching. What are you doing in the second round? You love this pick, don't you?
I do. I really do. And here's why. Look, obviously, kicker was a real problem for this team last year. You had Kyle Brins at one point who couldn't get the job done, had to go back and get Connor Barth after Patrick Murray got hurt. I think we added it up. There was probably 3, maybe even 4 games that they lost because of the kicker. And you can't just think short term here, Dan. You've got to think about, what does this do for the future of the team? This is a guy who, barring something unforeseen happen, could be this team's kicker for the next 15, maybe even 20 years.
That's Grammatica-esque in terms of team legacy. And it's not just field goals that we're interested in here. Dirk Koetter is excited about kickoffs with Aguayo.
Yeah, look, there's new kickoff rules. If you kick it off deep, you kick it out of the end zone, you're going to bring the ball back to the 25-yard line. It's about a 3% increase in the ability for teams starting at the 25 to score touchdowns or field goals. What you've got with this kicker in Roberto Aguayo is a guy who can kick it off deep if that's what you choose to do, or he can kick it off just short enough, Dan, to make the other team bring the ball out if your coverage units are good enough. So they've got those options now. That's something they didn't have either, because Connor Barth, let's not remember, he did a pretty good job kicking off last year, getting it deep, but he wasn't really able to, capable of controlling it the way Roberto Aguayo did.
Did teams miss on Noah Spence because of the failed drug test that ended his Ohio State career?
We'll see. He's going to have to stay clean. He's proven that he has been clean for the last, 18 months, maybe longer, 2 years perhaps. He's proven that. He's sent all the 20 drug tests that he's taken since he got kicked out of Ohio State to all the teams, showing that he's clean. But he's got to keep it up. Now, if he does that, yes, teams missed, and somebody will probably really regret the fact that they passed on him. I think this is one that the Bucs are really, really excited about. He was the best pure pass rusher in the draft. He can play either side, right end, left end. And if at some point you need him to play a little bit of linebacker, outside linebacker, he can do that too. He's very versatile, and he's really, he's really committed to proving to everybody that he can play football.
And real quickly, Roy, you had the Bucs predicted to pick Vernon Hargraves. Yep. Is he on the field opening day that good, ready to make an impact?
No question about it. He and Brent Grimes will probably be the 2 corners on the outside. We'll find out what happens in the nickel spot, but they got a lot of depth there now, a lot of depth they didn't have. They got competition. Competition's always good.
All right. And we got another small school guy, Ryan Smith, North Carolina Central. I mean, is this a story in the making, you think? Or?
I think it is. He's an interesting kid. He was into criminal justice. He wanted to be a U.S. Marshal. He's about chasing down the bad guys.
That's like,
we'll see what happens.
Keith Tandy.
Yes.
The CSI.
And also along the lines of Keith Tandy, the Bucs are going to start him off at safety. So he's a bit of a hybrid.
Do not steal anything from the Bucs locker room. We're going to take a quick break and then go back up to Chicago. Paul Ryan chatted with Ronde Barber, the great one, in the Windy City. Just going to come up next on the Bucs Bonus Draft Special.
He's got a guy. Who has a guy? Ronde, what kind of honor is it to come up here in the NFL Draft?
Hey Tampa, it's Billy and Carolyn right here at Facilio Kia, Wesley Chapel, and this is just an example of the inventory we have in the state of Florida. As you can tell, the reason why I'm the largest Kia dealer in the world, because I stock in Florida over 4,000 vehicles available to me. Don't miss the opportunity.
Which means if it's not here at the store in Wesley Chapel, we can get it here, usually within a day.
With no problem, Caroline. Don't worry about it. Come and see us in Wesley Chapel, where you know it is huge.
Hat maker Vincent Brimble prospered in the town of Hattington. Never flashy, he only made the classic bowler. Then suddenly the day's trend became preposterously tall. His Raymond James financial advisor reminded him that focusing on the long term is always fashionable. The fad was indeed a passing one. His patience paid off, allowing him to one day hang up his hat with confidence. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
At Florida Cancer Specialist, we know that tomorrow's discoveries begin with today's research. That's why we offer patients unprecedented access to national clinical trials. Our research team includes some of the brightest minds in the field, dedicated doctors and nurses, along with courageous patients. Florida Cancer Specialist and Research Institute. Nearly 200 physicians, over 80 locations. Online at flcancer.com.
Introducing the new QX60 from Infiniti. Lease the new Infiniti QX60 for $429 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Well, hello there, gorgeous. You, my friend, are no salad. Sizzling seasoned steak, crispy onion, and butter with garlic and chive on a burger for just $1.99? That's high fashion flavor at a thrift store price. The buttery steak burger with Philly steak, melted Swiss, and steak butter for just $1.99. Checkers and Rallies, fast foodies know the deal.
Welcome back live to Grant Park in Chicago, where our Bucs bonus draft special continues. We're putting a nice little bow, or bow tie, perhaps, on the 2016 NFL Draft. One of my favorite parts about this spectacle is the celebrity pickers. Anthony Booger McFarland got to make 2 selections in the second round for the Bucs yesterday. Dick Vitale at one Buc place today. And I'm forgetting about Ronde Barber. Well, not forgetting, but the guy didn't actually get to go and make his third-round pick because the Bucs traded that pick to come up and get Roberto Aguayo, that Florida State kicker. But Ronde Barber still got to walk the red carpet. First time in NFL history that they had 2 nights of red carpet here. And I pulled him aside, and he showed some love for News Channel 8. Ronde, you're looking even more fly than usual. In typical red carpet fashion, I got to ask, who are you wearing?
I am wearing, I don't know who I'm wearing, to be honest with you. I have a guy in Tampa, David Kahn, who makes all my stuff, and this is just one of the ones I picked out.
He's got a guy. Who has a guy?
Everybody's got a guy.
Ronde, what kind of honor is it to come up here in the NFL Draft?
This is pretty cool. You know, since they've made this a primetime event now, you know, you get an opportunity to get in front of the fans again. You know, my draft, I don't know, odyssey back then was sitting at a bar in Charlottesville waiting for my name to get called. But it's definitely changed, and this is a very cool experience, catching up with all the old guys. It's fun.
Has it changed for the better or the worse? Because it is such a spectacle.
Better, worse, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. People pay to watch it. The NFL, you know, loves the product, I guess. So, I mean, I think I enjoyed it when it was more of a, this is where you're going, not so much of a big deal, but it is what it is, man. People tune in for a lot of live programming. Not a lot of live programming, but this is one of them.
Did you see the plan that Jason Light's got going here? What do you feel about the Hargraves pick and the Spence pick and the plan he's sort of putting together?
Yeah, I think there were some guys that they really wanted in this draft, and as circumstances worked out, had an opportunity to trade back, add some value to this draft to get a draft pick, and they did that. If there were some guys that would have slid, I think it may have been a little bit different. I mean, I know they were interested in a couple of those offensive tackles. I'm not sure if that changed their decision or not, but Jason had a plan, the staff had a plan. The few times that I've been over there in the offseason, I would say that they're building this team on the other side of the ball now.
All right, last question for you. As an old hand, a guy that's been there and won a Super Bowl, and you know, we're part of the Bucs in their heyday, what sort of role do you play to these young guys? A Vernon Hargraves when he shows up in a town. You talk to him? You mentor him at all?
Hey, I'm available to talk to any of these guys. And yes, in my role since I've retired, I'm in the building a lot, whether it's in my role as an analyst or as my role just as an ex-player that these guys can relate to. They have questions, I can give them. They want to know how I played 16 years, I can tell them. They probably won't believe me, but It's really an honor to be still kind of associated with the team that brought me in here.
Ronde Barber on the red carpet. Hey, get me in touch with your guy, would you? I asked Ronde, as a defensive guy, if he wanted to go up there and call the name of a defensive player, and he told me that's what he expects to do. He thought the Bucs were going to go defense in the 3rd round. I think that Aguayo pick surprised everybody, including the unflappable Mr. Barber. All right, it's time to take another commercial break here on the Bucs Bonus Draft Special. But when we come back, an exclusive one-on-one interview with Buccaneers head coach Dirk Koetter. Stick around. We're not through yet.
Weekdays, watch News Channel 8 from 5 to 6 for your chance to win.
I'm Robert Palmer, president of RP Funding. Interest rates have unexpectedly dropped, creating an opportunity to lower your monthly mortgage payment. You can take advantage of this huge potential savings by refinancing with RP Funding. And as always, I'll pay all your closing costs. I've paid over $7.6 million in closing costs for homeowners just like you. So now, let me pay yours. Go to rpfunding.com or call us today.
I'm on my way.
When there's no room for error, rely on the 2016 Nissan Altima with intelligent safety shield technologies like forward emergency braking and blind spot warning. Lease Altima, an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, just $189 per month, or save up to $2,750. Take on the mission. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Cancer loves to hijack your future, to plant doubt. Will you live a full life? Will you be less than what you were before? These are questions we think about when we treat a patient for cancer, and why we take an individualized approach, because no two cancers are the same. At Moffitt Cancer Center, the courage of our patients inspires us to give them every possible option for beating cancer and living life on their terms. Moffitt Cancer Center, your courage inspires ours.
Gas dryer works fast, so there's more time for sharing. People's Gas. We're delivering the natural gas that helps you save energy at home. Learn about our energy conservation rebates at peoplesgas.com/home.
Enjoy a barbecue ribs and chicken meal from Boston Market. Tender St. Louis-style ribs with our signature rotisserie chicken, served with 2 delicious sides and fresh baked cornbread. Take home a real meal today. Boston Market, all good.
Justice is not just a word. It is a matter of right over wrong. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
All right, Ryan Smith, drafted in the 4th round by the Bucs. Another one of those small school guys. They're giving it a try again this year. North Carolina Central, 168 school record tackles for Smith, had 2 interceptions and 9 pass breakups in the 2015 season. He will be here next weekend for Bucs rookie minicamp, and the guy who can't wait to get his hands on Smith and all of these rookies is the head coach, Dirk Koetter. I spoke to him right after Jason Light, after the team made its final pick of this year's draft. Okay, Coach, congratulations. Draft 1 out of the way for you as a head coach, and you managed to get an offensive tackle, too. You got one of your guys. Let's hear about Caleb and what he could do for you.
Caleb Benenoch from UCLA, a versatile player, 35 starts in the Pac-12, 31 of them at right tackle. So what we got is a young guy that's got room to improve, but he's also got a lot of experience, and he can play multiple positions. So a good chance to add to our depth.
Collectively, all the defense that you guys acquired, obviously the Vernon, the first pick, we want him on the field. Noah Spence on the field. Overall, how much expectation can we place on this draft class and as they go through this offseason program and into training camp, their first time ever in the league?
Well, I think in today's NFL, we have high expectations for all of these guys. The second part of that is in the last 2 years, there's only been one defensive player drafted, so we needed to draft some guys on defense. We needed to build our depth. Of course, we're going to get a couple starters out of this, as well as some depth, and some of these guys will be key contributors on special teams.
Noah Spence is an interesting pick because he's one of the guys that could have been really, really high in the draft. And Jason and Light and I were discussing earlier, this is a kid who has obviously made some mistakes, owned up to them, unlike people trying to hide from something. Was that something that convinced you in the build-up process, doing research, that, you know what, this could be our guy here?
Well, it starts with we thought this guy was the best pass rusher in the draft. And that says a lot. I mean, this was billed as a draft that was deep in pass rushers. Everybody knows that we need one, and we felt like Noah was that guy. Now, when you got to the off-the-field issues, we really felt like deep down Noah is a good kid that has made some immature mistakes, and then that is exactly what he would say himself. He knows he's got the opportunity of a lifetime here. He also realizes how fast it can all come to an end if he doesn't take care of business.
All right, and all the rookies are going to be here for rookie camp next week. A player I couldn't resist talking to earlier this week, we've talked about the great 2015 draft class by the Bucs. Donovan Smith, a second-round offensive tackle, a starter this season. Here's his thoughts on the draft and this year's rookies. All right, Donovan, a brand new group of Buccaneers on the team. As a second-year guy, what's your advice to a rookie NFL player?
A rookie NFL player, get behind a veteran, whether it's on your side of the ball and the other side of the ball, and learn how to be a pro all around. And that's from meetings to how to handle yourself, deal with your time, because you're going to have a ton of time, on your hands to pretty much do whatever you want. So just be able to stay focused and stuff like that. So definitely get with a veteran and follow under them.
You got a year under your belt now. 1 year ago, you were anxiously waiting to see where you were going to go. Yeah. 1 year later, where are you now as an athlete, a man, and just in life in general?
Oh, man, a lot further. I go back home, and, I just hear from, my mom, my grandmother, my uncles and stuff. They'd be like, who am I talking to? You know what I'm saying? So, but, just being here around these guys in the locker room, you're around a bunch of grown men, you learn things. As a college student, you don't learn about certain things such as health benefits and stuff like that. So, just it grows you to be who you are, who I am today. And, that's becoming a man.
And collectively, second year, your draft class, big expectations now. You guys were really lauded last year for all the right reasons. Now people are looking at you as old veterans.
Yeah. I wouldn't say old veterans yet. We still got a pretty old room, and Gosler and Joe Hawley and Evan and Dot. So, we're like tweeners. Me and Allie, we're like tweeners there. But, yeah, it's great. Like I said, it's a blessing to be in the room with those guys and be able to learn from them and study on them. And, we have one of the best coaching staffs around the league in terms of, offensive line coach and George Warhop. So, it's just great to be able to learn from those guys.
And finally, the 2016 Bucs rookies. Is it almost unfair? They're being compared to 2015. They haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, no, I can't do that yet. They haven't done anything yet. I mean, when you got Quan Alexander, me, Allie,
some guy named Jameis,
yeah, some dude named Jameis. It's I don't even know who he is, but you can't compare him yet. So they got to come here, prove themselves, and we're gonna make each other better. But we're definitely gonna take them under our wings and support them.
And they've got a lot to live up to. We'll be right back with more Bucs Bonus Draft Special. Don't go away.
It's easier than you think for prescription drugs to get into the wrong hands. Do you know what medications you have around the house, where to store them, and how to dispose of them properly? Prevent medications from getting into the wrong hands. Visit facebook.com/rxedu.
What an amazing play.
I bet that's going to be the gem of the week.
The Gem of the Week every Sunday on Super Sports Sunday at 11:35 on News Channel 8. Sponsored by the Golden Diamond Source.
You're driving along and then it happens. You get hurt in a car accident.
After your accident, make it easy. Call Rubenstein Law. They handle the hassle so you don't have to.
I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein. Call me. I want to be your attorney.
Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Anyone who knows rooms to go understands the power of our once-a-season clearance sales. Every day, we give you great looks at great prices. And right now, during our spring clearance sale, we're lowering prices on hundreds of items to make room for new styles. Remember, this sale is all about price. Low prices in every department. Throw in interest-free financing until January 2019, and your mission's clear. Get the furniture you want and save big at the Rooms to Go Spring Clearance Sale today.
I'm Gail Guayardo, and here's some of the events coming up around the Bay Area. Don't miss the Wazoo Beer Fest at Lowry Park Zoo May 7th. This all-inclusive tasting event features over 250 beers and beverages, along with pub fare and live entertainment. And replacing Fort Brooke is on view at the Tampa Bay History Center through August 28th. This truly unique exhibit explores the origins of Tampa's earliest residents.
Tampa Bay events are brought to you by Disney on Ice, Southern Chevy Dealers, and News Channel 8.
At Florida Cancer Specialist, we know that tomorrow's discoveries begin with today's research. That's why we offer patients unprecedented access to national clinical trials. Our research team includes some of the brightest minds in the field, dedicated doctors and nurses, along with courageous patients. Florida Cancer Specialist and Research Institute. Nearly 200 physicians, over 80 locations. Online at flcancer.com.
It's easier than you think for prescription drugs to get into the wrong hands. Do you know what medications you have around the house, where to store them, and how to dispose of them? Prevent medications from getting into the wrong hands. Visit facebook.com/rxedu.
All right, Paul Ryan up in Chicago with some final thoughts.
Hi, Dan. Yeah, Dan, they're already striking the stage behind me here in Selection Square. They're done. It's over. The party's over. Go home and dry off, please. Of course, Chicago, the center of the NFL draft party, but that's not the only place that people were amped up for the draft this year. Our own Jeff Patterson was at Raymond James Stadium for the draft party this year, and there were some pretty great sights and sounds. Let's take a look.
All right, the Bucs are now on the clock. The fans, the cheerleaders, Captain Fear is all waiting with anticipation.
They packed the place. The party began before the first pick, with fans lining up at the door a couple of hours before the draft even started.
So who should they take? Honestly, I'd like to see us take Hargraves, and if not, go defensive line.
Hey, maybe that guy knows something. Fans didn't know what to expect when the Bucs traded away the 9th overall pick.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Vernon Hargraves III.
But they erupted when the team took Wharton High standout Vernon Hargraves.
I love it. I think it's a great idea, great selection to have, great player.
Some more excited than others.
What? Incredible Tampa Bay! We got a bad corner. This man is gonna lock it down for us. So as the Bucs fans file out after the first-round pick, they seem to be pretty happy with what we have. At the Bucs watch party, Jeff Patterson, News Channel 8.
Of course, we won't know for a while just how good this draft class turns out to be, but I think, Dan, Buccaneers fans can be pretty happy about what the team accomplished here in Chicago.